everyone, welcome to Bookswagon. We have Mr. Kartikeya Vajpai with us today, a very promising author reflecting the essence of spirituality in his writings. Sir, welcome on board. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and how this journey began, how you actually became a writer and what made you pursue this career.
Hi, thank you, Mansa. And well, the writing happened to me during the COVID times, but my interest into spirituality is going long back to my playing years in cricket. So I played my first national in cricket when I was 11, and that's when my mother introduced me to meditation. So I learned transcendental meditation, and it helped me understand what attention span is and how to embrace the present moment while you're in the action of playing sports. And the Unbecoming, as the title suggests, is a transformative philosophy in the guise of a fiction, which helps you understand that while the world is busy projecting and trying to become something, the unbecoming is settling with who you are. That dormant gifts which each one of us has, that seed of creativity, which often goes unnoticed because we don't look inward. We are so busy appearing a certain way in the society that the process of the unbecoming never ever happens for many of us. So this is a philosophy which talks about how to be in the present moment. And I've used cricket as a medium to explain what it is like to embrace the present moment and be in that state of flow, where your inner spontaneity blossoms and ignites your creativity, and your awareness takes charge of every situation that you're in.
So, what do you think is the biggest blockage today when it comes to spiritualism? Why are people not able to be as spiritually inclined as they used to?
See, the road to become spiritual starts with when you learn how to be with this present moment, how to engage with this present moment. Now, if you see, psychologically, we are so much conditioned to constantly relate with our past, and basis that we anticipate the future. We are never in the moment. So, if I ask this question to many people present here, even in this moment, we are looking for a moment better than this moment. So this is a psychological training that we have trained ourselves, that we don't engage with the present moment because in this moment, you're looking for a moment better than this moment. And this becomes a very habitual habit. Our past conditioning loops, which are constantly governing our life, never allowing us to have a fresh perspective of a situation. Now, why it becomes, and it's a very relevant question that you've asked me, why it becomes so tough to engage with the present moment? Because the nature of the present moment is very uncertain, right? And it is this uncertain nature of the moment which creates a fear of unknown. This fear does not exist. But because the present moment is so uncertain, we are constantly trying to revolve around what is already known to us and never allow a fresh perspective and observation and intuitive wisdom to tell us or allow the present moment to guide us what is next for us. And this is the theme of the book where I'm trying to tell that you don't find your purpose. The purpose finds you when you're available for it. When you let the present moment guide you, what are your true gifts lying dormant within you, which you're not able to see because you never care to look inwards.
So, it is said that a writer's creation is often a reflection of their personal life as well. Is there any particular incident that you remember that was the final moment for you that made you write this book or made you go on this particular path of spiritualism?
Well, there is not one moment. There have been many moments giving me the hint to go ahead and write these concepts. And when I started writing the book, the very first thing which I discovered was the difference between trying and being. Now, trying is opposite of being. No matter how smart you are, there is always an element of pretense in it. And being is your most authentic, effortless state. And the nature of life is a flow. Now, this gives you a sign whenever you are struggling in life or struggling to give shape to anything in your career, you're simply swimming against the tide, the nature of the flow. It requires you to participate and first embrace your own gifts, your genius work, will always be effortless because you're born to do that. You're embracing your gifts which are given to you by the nature. So the first thing I discovered was I used to take out particular time to write a book, and it used to feel a lot of effort to move beyond a paragraph. And that's when I realized I'm trying. And then there were moments, maybe I was under a shower and the book will start flowing. Or maybe when I was driving and the book would start flowing. And I realized that both the shower, when the water touches and gives you that tactile sensation, it brings you into the present moment. Whenever you go and embrace the water, it will bring you into the present moment, and that's when the book started flowing. Driving, of course, when you're driving a car, you're required to be present to observe. And then the state of flow naturally participates with you, it guides you. So, this was the first learning. What is the difference between trying and being?
So today, when everyone has such a short attention span, how do you think people can practice patience? Because from what we're talking about, right, patience is a very important key to it. And because everything is so fast paced, it gets very difficult. So, do you think there's any particular technique, or is there anything people can practice to gain that patience?
Of course, now this will go slightly more deeper, but I'll try to explain that. There's a chapter in my book called Rest in Action, which talks about that to experience your own awareness or the consciousness, or you call it God consciousness, whatever conditioning we have to understand our own awareness, is hidden under our sense perceptions. Your five senses are designed to interact with the outside world. What you see, what you touch, what you hear, they cannot make you see the awareness which is within you because it is hidden under your sense perceptions. That's why you see every meditation, the science behind it is that it teaches you how to rest your five senses. So in meditation, you would have seen people close their eyes. That's the strongest sense because it is interacting with the outside world. It cannot make you see the awareness within. And then people go and find the quiet room where sound is not a distraction, right? You're not eating anything, you're not touching anything, you're sitting still. And when that rest of five senses gets established, meditation happens to you. You don't do it. It's an art of first learning how to rest your five senses. And this is the same thing true for any artist or a sportsman. If you want to enter into the state of flow, you have to learn the rest in action, how to calm. And in cricketing language, in sports, people call it calming your nerves because it's your nerves which are connected to your senses. So when you learn how to be calm, like for a cricketer, sound is a distraction. You have 1 lakh people in the audience. If you pay a lot of attention to the sound and this sense is overactive, you'll never be able to focus on a 140-kilometer ball coming towards you. So it's an art of first resting your five senses and for you to experience your own awareness which is hidden under your sense perception. When you learn how to master that rest for your five senses, the awareness will pop up and you'll experience it. But to sustain it, the most important practice is trust and faith. Because if your trust and faith is weak, you will go back to your dormant ways of the memory triggered responses through senses and start looking outward. You'll not be connected to your awareness.
That's very enlightening, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Even talking about this topic is itself very lightening and very calming, I would say. Is there any last message you'd like to convey to our readers?
My last message is to express about what creativity is. Now, creativity in the eyes of the viewers or the audience is always something which is very fresh. And it's also very unique to the person, very personal to the person who's displaying it. That creativity could be in the form of speech, that creativity could be in the form of action, sports, drawing, music, anything. But for you, us to embrace our own creativity, we first need to learn how to be authentic. Because creativity cannot be an act of projection, imitation, or pretense. So when you embrace your authenticity, the most honest expression that comes out of you while you are simply embracing your authenticity is what is being projected as being creative by the audience. So if you see, it's right to say that when you are being authentic, there is no way you'll not be creative. So it's an act of dare, it's an act of courage to first embrace yourself. Many of us are too scared to be perceived, how the people are going to perceive us, how what opinion they hold of us, and these are the notions which always stop us in being our authentic version. If you embrace your own authenticity, you'll naturally be very creative. That's the message. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I am pretty sure that your words are going to create a great impact out there. Thank you for your time, and
Thank you,
it
Nancy.
was lovely having a conversation.
Thank you. Same here. Hi everyone, I'm very excited to tell you all that my book, The Unbecoming, is now available on bookswagon.com. I urge all of you to get your copies. Thank you.